If I had a smaller account, I would be more aggressive taking profits. Like, you know, everyone who's, you know, the majority who has followed the instructions on the screen, you know the sell rules. Well, I'm not necessarily following them because I'm a longer time frames, but if you know, I know most people have small accounts. So I always say, you know, sell a third to half after 3 to 5 days. And the smaller your account you have, the more you need to sell. If you have a really small account, you're trying to aggressively build it, you know, you should sell half after 3 days. If you have a little bit more bigger account, you feel a little bit more confident, maybe you should sell a third after 5 days. But the biggest key is really finding good setups. Like the stuff people trade, it's like no wonder you know, trading has 95% plus fail rate. I mean, because people haven't studied. Small account, I would say anything below 100,000 is small. And anything below 10,000 is tiny. Like if you're if you have like $100,000 account, you can make a very comfortable living. Like guys, this is a 5-star setup. It really is. Look at how orderly it is. Look how nicely it's been surfing the 20-day. You know, every time it gets below these moving averages, it has these wicks. Right here it tested the 50-day perfectly right back into range. Here again, tested the 50-day right back into range. This is a 5-star setup. Beautiful. KRBN. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it looks okay. 1.4 ADR. So I wouldn't trade it. I know I did trade it somewhere here, but yeah. I don't suggest anyone with less than 10 million to even look at this thing. There are better ways of making money. Faster moving stocks. Dogs? I don't know. Maybe a little bit more sideways. It's actually a pretty good looking flag. But yeah, I think the 20-day needs to catch up a bit more. Trip. Yeah, looks good. If it can go sideways a few more days so the 20-day can come down a little bit. But other than that, looks good. Building higher lows, getting tighter. Yeah, good one. Sim is not a good setup. If there was a good setup down here, up here, no, I wouldn't say so. Yeah, SPG, yeah, looks good. It looks good. It's a beautiful setup. CDEV? What am I looking here? No, I don't know. Nope. It's hitting the lows of the day, and yeah, maybe in a few days. Yeah, I mean, again, like I've said before, the best time to buy stocks is after a multi-month sideways or multi-month sell-off. AA, you don't think wasn't my setup when it broke out here 2 days ago? Okay. Have you followed the instructions on the screen? That was like a 4.5-star setup. I remember I said on this day here, I didn't think it was a good setup. Someone asked about it in the chat, but I thought it was just inside of a range and I didn't see it. But now in hindsight, like I see, it's been surfing the 150-day and it's just, yeah. It broke out of this little range. And it's up almost 50% since. How do you figure the market is overextended? Yeah, well, if it's been straight up for a few weeks, if it's, kind of above all the moving average, getting, starting to speed up, then it's overextended. Right now, it's just a little bit, you know, extended. The market doesn't overextend often. Last time we had an overextension was, I would say, maybe late August. That was a real overextension. And before that, I guess, it was maybe, I don't know, January 2018 maybe, or well, pretty much when the market has gone up a lot, many months, 6 months, 9 months without any decent correction. That's usually when odds on the long side get really bad. MRO, good setup. Looks a bit weak right now, but what AA is missing from being a 5-star, I would have preferred a tighter day before it broke out. But otherwise it was perfect, like very linear, orderly move. It was surfing the 10-day, found support on a 20-day, reclaimed, went a bit higher, pulled back, and kind of did this wicks below the 20-day. It shows there's buyers there, and built higher lows, and then it had this range. If it had one more day here, like an inside day here, like a tighter day, it would have been a 5-star. Someone mentioned Tiger before. I may like it. I don't like it here. I did like it here when it bounced off the 100 day. Right here, I don't see a setup. The 50-day needs to come up, down, and it needs to go sideways a bit more. Re-entries? I'm the master of re-entries. I'm the master of getting stopped out and re-enter. Yeah, the SMU, if it can start building higher lows above the 50-day here, I think next week, maybe starting next week, is going to be great setup. Green book, green brick. No, I don't really like it. Oh, ARC. Okay, I'm gonna use my initial stop. Like if it can't hold this 65 EMA, I'm out. Needs to close strong. It needs to close 125 plus for me to hold it over the weekend. Carvana. Yeah. I mean it's not a strong market right now. It's not But the good thing is that the longer these stocks go sideways, build higher lows, the bigger the moves are gonna be eventually, unless they break down. Look at something like Nvidia. It was basing for a long time, like 6 months plus, or yeah, about 6-7 months, and now it just broke out of it, right? And like a 20% move for Nvidia, that's a big move, considering it only has ADR of 3.